Hello everyone, this is part number 4. We did few things without recordings. That was leveling to 35. I just do couple of runs at the Twin Falls Hive. This is one of the best source of experience because I don't have any quest. I don't want to step in at the Blood Grove before level 35. Because level 35 unlocks for me faction gear. For example, Dead's Vigil. Not Dead's Vigil, sorry, Rovers, Devil's Crossing and Homestead. So this is the run that I did. I kill all the wasps outside the hive. And I just kill the boss and almost everything here. I did this maybe 6-7 runs, not so much. It's very fast, usually minute, maximum 2. Just to hit level 35. I quickly jump to Rolderatis for a better tome. This one is fine, I deal mix cold and lightning damage, so I'm not gonna hunt for something better. Mystic of Torrents is totally enough. Now I'm gonna swap my gear, craft some better components as well. I'm not sure actually it's gonna keep that. I need the vitality rest, but next thing, we definitely need runestone, so I'm gonna craft 3 ward stones for 1 runestone. This is very nice for the helm slot. It's gonna fix my poison, elemental is already fine. But my ether, for example, is completely crap. And I have to think about chaos as well. This is another option. It's gonna be a little bit more offensive, but I'm willing to do the swap for now. That's gonna help me with the vitality rest. Runestone, a little bit ether. Next step is gonna be a homestead. I need their boots and I hope for a good roll. You can refresh the vendor a couple of times. Vitality ointment. Let's see. 11, 12, 11. Actually, it's not terrible. Gonna buy it. Our poison resistance okay. I'm gonna put Mark of the Traveler here for a slow resistance. We have to craft ourselves better belt as well. Next step is good to start our secret path quest for a better pants. Soleil sect pants, they come with ether resistance implicit. which is gonna be nice. Damage is quite high at the moment, especially with the new offhand. I'm gonna clear the odds. I don't want to face the boss with so much damage. It's not supposed to be that hard fight. I'm gonna nullify it just for a safety reason. He deals some damage. Merciless of attack. Not terrible. It's gonna be level 38. But I'm here just for the stone. I prefer Soleil Sexpans. They come with attack damage convert to health. Usually Trozan doesn't use attack damage, but my default attack, the Greater Ice Spike, that one use some weapon damage. It's not gonna be some massive leech, but I have not turtle, but I toad devotion. So I'm gonna leech some life, especially with good attack speed. Still work out on chaos and ether resistance quite bad. But I don't want to sacrifice my basically slots to craft defensive component. I have to find another way. For chaos resistance, probably I have to switch off just for this helm temporary, which means I have to craft another runestone probably, which is gonna be quite expensive, but this is the way to do it. Actually, this is a pretty bad call with these resistances. I'm gonna swap like this for this fight. 66 is gonna be okay. Not amazing, but usually if you kite him, it's not that deadly. Never face this boss below Ether Fire of Scorching. Terrible. But I'm here for the implicits, so probably I'm gonna use this. And I can just come here later on for another shot when I'm better geared. I have to craft another runestone. This is quite expensive. But my main problem is I need the chaos resistant from this helm for the next part of the game. It's very hard to capture resistances for these fights. I'm gonna use ointment as well, so I can have cap resistance for the blood growth. I'm not gonna immediately pop the ointment. I'm gonna do it when I go back to the core of blood growth. Not at the beginning, it's not that scary. But at the moment that I have to face Bolvar, it's gonna be tricky. These guys, they dies pretty quick. So I'm not afraid about them. Problem here is you have to trigger the quests. That's why usually I hate to stick with Death's Vigil. But this build benefits more from them than any other than Kaiman Trozan, basically. Because this guys comes with cold damage. And they have cold damage ointments. This one, which I like. I'm gonna buy 20. So that's gonna boost my damage. I'm gonna swap the pants. That's gonna place me in a very nice spot. Unfortunately, my pierce resistance goes down. I have to jump to Devil's Crossing to transfer the augment component, sorry. And now I am in a very good shape, I can say. Everything is either capped or 69, 65, 66. This is okay because I can use ointment to cover any of those at any point until I get better gear, which is gonna be either elite or ultimate or the variant of normal. But for now it's also, I didn't spend my points, just I'm gonna do it now for the video. We are very close to get our resistance shred, so I want to start dumping points in Shaman's Tree for better stats. My main goal is to take a Ragging Tempest to a soft cap. This build takes a permanent buff last patches because Wind Devils, they are permanent pets now. Back in the days you have to recast them, and that makes this build slightly piano. As I said, always I like to save this girl. She's gonna give us later on extra experience, reputation. Next step is stick to the east side. So we can grab a Morton's Claim quest. I have to check my dynamite, that's my last one. This is not very good. At the moment my energy is I spent quite a lot of energy, so I have to grab Restless Remains. I prefer a resistance component, but at this point, if I run out constantly out of energy, sooner or later I'm gonna be a dead man. So this is gonna fix slightly my problems. Also casting speed, always nice. I'm not spammer, but still I spam some damage skills. So let's kill this guy. I'm gonna pop up my... I'm gonna nullify. She deals mixed cold vitality. Elixir of the Hunt. Very nice if you are attacking build. We are CDR caster, so not so nice for us. Now we have to find... Ideally, we're gonna find 4 seals of bindings. 1 for the devotion and another 3 for the quest, which probably is gonna be a problem. We're gonna kill some caimans. We arrive immediately, which means I have to backtrack a little bit, but I always prefer to have the rift secured. So if I did something stupid and rewrite my rift, I can jump over. Shield of Insanity. Actually shows us a better damage. It comes with... It's not supposed to be a better damage, but sometimes the tooltip is not very accurate. Over. And now's the moment that I can pop up my chaos resistance stuff. I'm gonna nullify him. I'm not sure. He's got some damage buffs and auras probably. And I'm gonna just save the distance. I don't like to face tank him, he possesses some shotgun skills. You can skip him as well when you're stuck with the dead video. He's not part of their quest line. So here we're looking for several objectives. First one is the farmers. They are part of the main quest line. We need Malkadar's remains as well, which is probably over here. And usually I'm not very confident about this totem, but I need the experience, so it ended up not too bad. I saw the remains. I just take the wrong route. There is a hero. Nullification. Be careful These guys, they managed to place their debuff. Even if you take few more insignias, it's not a bad thing. Another seal of binding. This guy is a hero, not a hero champion, sorry. He has a chance to drop insignias as well. Not insignias, sorry, seals of bindings. Here is the farmers. I cover all the objective, I can port directly. My job here is done. And now I can check the secret shop for some good blueprints or... I'm gonna sell everything that I found. Actually, I need these boots. One to shaman. It's not amazing. But this one to shaman, poison res. And my amulet didn't give me much anyways. But let's see what Zarya's gonna drop to us. So there is some rare components that I want. Skeleton key, I already had that. This is not so good. Actually, I'm gonna swap. This is aggressive, but that's gonna help me with the chaos resistance. Always mind this medal, especially if you don't use MI. And I don't have proper MI for my build. All the medals that are MI is kinda useless for me. I can use everything that I found, but in this case, this one is definitely a nice option. It comes with chaos resistance as implicit. So what I left to cover is a little bit vitality and a little bit ether. And I'll be set. I'm not gonna go back to the rift. This is a waste of time. I'm gonna directly port to the Blood's Grove. Now I'm pretty much in a good position. This is again another option. Chaos Pierce. And I'm gonna have all skin at some point. So this is another nice option for a armor sword. This opens, I think, my home slot as well. Not exactly. That equalized them a little bit. I think this one is better to be 71-71. I think I'm gonna survive with this difference. No, normal difficulty is not... don't comes with so much damage, especially if you're be careful. There is a Bolvar who is pretty rippy and Zarya as well. If you know the basic mechanics of these two battles, you're gonna be completely safe. And this is one of the annoying thing of Trozans, is gonna hit the roofs and stuff sometimes. This means you're gonna lose some damage. Now we can go back to the Dead's Vigil hideout without 3 seals of bindings. And I believe I have just one. So I have to kill every single champion in the next village. Just hope for a drop. I have to think about some medal changing, not medal relic, sorry. This one is okay for the first 5-6 levels till 25 maybe. But for now it's pretty bad. And I'm gonna be forced probably to craft myself fervor. And probably I'm gonna start with a shaman belt instead of arcanist. It's gonna take me a while until I get my hands to an arcanist belt. We'll line them together. Our clear speed is okay. It's gonna be much better when I grab more skills. I'm gonna grab Storm Totems as a secondary skill. It's gonna be nice complement to the Trozans. I hope Zarya's gonna drop me one seal. And I have to get a lucky drop from some of these guys. And my last chance gonna be Dark Veils. Later on I have a good spot to farm this. I'm gonna nullify her. She deals chaos and vitality. But this build is pretty bursty, so it's not gonna be that hard to kill her. Focus the Harbingers first. I don't want their debuff. This is a level, so this is my... I'm gonna place one in a mastery, one Wind Devils, and I'm gonna place Star Pact to start building this up. Now they are permanent pets. So this is a good stuff. They're gonna stick together with me. At the beginning they're gonna be pretty weak until I unlock the Ragging Tempest, which is our resistance shred to elemental damage. And they're gonna scale. They're gonna scale with us, their cold damage and stuff. For now they do just nothing. But thanks to the changes, I don't have to recast them and this build becomes much more playable. Because every 5-15 seconds you have to recast them before this patch. And that was quite annoying. And usually when you cast the third one, the first one expires, so most of the time you have just two. Which is basically some DPS lost. Now 3 of them permanently. like supposed to be. I don't know why they decided at first place this pet to be recastable, because this is basically immortal pets. What's the point to recast them? They're supposed to be like guardians of Empyrean. This is a totem that I want, especially now when I am out of mana, energy, sorry. But I'm gonna nullify. I take some energy back because some of these guys, they use skills. And it's time for part 2. I think we don't get lucky for our Seals. CDR casters is a pretty dynamic playstyle. You have to position yourself good. And you have to aim your skills, not just mashing buttons. Like here, I focus the Harbinger first, which nets me, I think, my... Also, we have several devotion points. I did Caldera's quest, so I take the potion from Steps of Torments. Even if you don't want to finish the quest, just go inside for the devotion shrine. It's absolutely for free. Now we got some ether resistance, which is nice. And we finally unlock Rowan's crown. That's gonna be a little bit more damage for us. And later on a nice resistance shred. I'm gonna attach this to my little fellas, so they can proc it every time they touch something. At this point, usually you can place a left click as a pet attack. So every time you walk in, you're gonna reposition them. The problem when you play such a build that relies on a Wind Devils, you have to be a mid-range. I can't use my full range potential, I have to be at the middle of the battle, so they can shred everything. But when you master this playstyle, it's actually pretty easy. And I'm gonna show you this at this boss fight. So this is a mid-range, they're gonna jump. I'm gonna nullify. First phase is a pretty easy. This boss, it has a very big hitbox, so it's gonna take all the Trozans. So it's gonna be easy fight. I skip most of his mechanics, he dies so quickly. Next and very important thing, never forget, take the rift. Don't port or something to take quests and give and take experience and stuff. Just take the rift first. Because in case you overwrite your rift, you're gonna regret this a lot. You have to run the whole castle, which is very annoying, especially without stuff to kill. Now I am free to go back to Homestead, bring back the quests and stuff. At the moment my build is in a pretty good shape. I'm gonna check some of the finds. This is useless. This is a pet stuff, I don't recommend it. I'm gonna keep this cask. This is one to shaman, but nothing else honestly. Mine is as well very bad. This come at least with some physique and stuff. I can keep it for now, maybe I can decide later to change it. Starfire is a generic Trozan's ring. I'm gonna keep it actually, because this is an upgrade. But even if you don't have it, this setup of rings is okay. It's not gonna make huge difference, honestly. We got enough seals of bindings. Let's bring some quests. That's gonna be experience for us. This is gonna be level 38. That's a good thing. Now what's we gonna do? We aim for a Ragging Tempest, but I'm gonna place 2 in a Mastery, 1 in a Star Pact. I want this damage and cooldown reduction to start kicking in. Spirit Dump. Next stop is gonna be Death's Vigil Hideout. We have to give them Malkadar's Remains and Seal of Bindings, and they're gonna open for us the next quest. They want to bring back Malkadar to life. This is an example of a guy that dies and they want to bring him back to work. Next area is gonna be a little bit spicy, but thankfully my Ether resistance is pretty good, 79 for normal campaign. It's okay. A little bit of crystals. Here you have to move fast. You don't want to take full damage. This area is quite dangerous. But at the moment this is my only reliable source to pick up some crystals. There is a free dynamite here as well. Our filler took so much mana. I'm gonna nullify her. She got several defensive auras and she uses mirror as well. But if you nullify her, it's a 1-2 shots. She is a completely caster. This guy is quite dangerous as well. That's his Thunder mechanic. He's gonna charge on me. I want to avoid this. My dot damage is gonna kill him. Big guys like this is basically my worst enemy. I don't have any sustain to take so much big hits. Not right now, because I focus on skill developments. Later on I'm gonna have a lot of absorbs, thanks to the Turtle and Maven. And definitely my armor is gonna be much more effective. But Druid is a very skill hungry build, and I want to place my core build before I start maxing out some stuff, which is the best approach because both Shaman and Arcanist, they don't possess huge life pool. And at the moment I'm at the bare minimum. I'm almost level 40 and I have 4k life. This is absolutely minimum. Next quest gonna be inside. You have to spoke with the Keeper of Tombs. And now we're gonna...
That's locked.
We need the ashes from the next part. But at the moment I think to end up the episode here. In the next episode we're gonna swap some gear pieces. Definitely need better shoulders. And actually I'm gonna take a quick scan what these guys offer. I think they offer a cold base shoulders. I am very far from respected. This is a Trozan Sky Shard. Probably this is gonna be our next shoulders. Because at the moment mine they don't give me anything. Apart from that, we can use this one as well, but we don't receive anything basically. I think whole skin's gonna be much more useful. We lost some poison resistance. I'm gonna stick like this for now until I sort this out. But this is from this episode. Thank you everyone for watching. See you in the next one.